Hi guys, this is Tornado Knight. Today I'm going to be doing a fan fiction on what if Goku was a girl. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to another YouTuber named MascoX, who also does what if stories on Dragon Ball Z. He was the first guy I ever saw do one of these. Thought the story was pretty cool and thought I'd give it a shot. The year is 736 on the planet Vegeta. Gin, a low-class Saiyan warrior, is in labor. Expecting a son, Gin is quite surprised when she sees her second child as a girl. Bardock is quick to dismiss his daughter. Great, another weak Saiyan. Gin, understanding her place, only answered, "She may surprise you." Puh! Bardock flies off. Bardock's frustration stems from Raditz being lowly in power, and Gin being lowly in power as well. Combining the two, Bardock doesn't see how his daughter can become anything but more fodder for the weak Saiyan level. Gin looks into her daughter's eyes and says, "I will call you Karata." Gin, being a lowly powered, low-class warrior, has to have a regular job of sorts. Her job is to watch over another young Saiyan, Vegeta. Vegeta has fun making Gin's life quite miserable. But when he first meets Karata, his attitude changes slightly. At first he questions Gin. "Why do you care for such a weak child? Why not just throw her in an incubator like most Saiyans?" Gin reluctantly tells Vegeta, "My lineage is weak, so I know my daughter won't be a warrior. Instead of preparing her to ship off to a planet, I'm going to prepare her for the life of a worker." Vegeta mocks Gin. "You're going to prepare a Saiyan to be weak? Ha ha ha." As the weeks pass, young Karata develops much faster than a human. She starts to speak gibberish and follow around Vegeta while Gin is at work. Vegeta dislikes Karata at first, but kinda grows a soft spot for her. King Vegeta is displeased by Vegeta's interest in Gin's child. Even though Vegeta is much too young to care about a mate or marriage, King Vegeta will not tolerate the idea of something even possibly developing. Gin, one night cleaning Vegeta's room, overhears a conversation between King Vegeta and Paragus, Broly's father, or in this story, his guardian. Paragus is yelling at King Vegeta, "My son is the future of the Saiyan race. You need to crown him." King Vegeta scoffs, "Your son is the son of no one. You found him in a crater." Paragus yells, "Yes, a crater that was once the great city of Broccoli. As an infant, his power wiped out a city with a single cry. He could lead us against Frieza." King Vegeta, irritated by Paragus, retorts, "Listen, Paragus, even if I believed your story, I would never discredit my son. At best, I'd make your son a general, perhaps promise him a future bride." Paragus, extremely angry, starts to calm himself and think, "Maybe if I choose someone close. I want Gin's child, Karata." King Vegeta is already annoyed with Karata and secretly fearful of Broly. He decides that perhaps pairing the two of them together can get rid of two birds with one stone. Gin overhears this startling new development and takes off silently with Karata. Prince Vegeta notices Gin taking off almost in a panic without saying goodnight. His servant is usually very diligent in imitating a mother, so he decides to follow Gin. Gin, who had already been secretly developing her own pod program for Karata, gets to work on the final touches. Several hours pass and Gin is ready to send Karata to a distant planet called Earth. Instead of the typical destroy, conquer, train, and sell the planet land on program, Gin decides to make life better for Karata. She inserts lessons about Saiyan history, blending in with locals, learning from their culture. She does add in bits about Saiyan's ability to train and turn into giant apes, but she adds in that their family is considered quite weak. She also warns Karata to never seek out the Saiyans because she has been promised as a bride, and that the evil Lord Frieza will use all Saiyans that he finds as weapons of mass destruction. Prince Vegeta observes as Gin finishes developing a program that clearly violates all of his father's rules. Gin is still unaware of the young prince spying on her and puts Karata into a pod. Vegeta stops her before she can launch it. "You know I could have you both killed for this, right?" Gin is in shock. How could she have not noticed the prince? Vegeta at one point probably would have destroyed them both, but over the 2 years that he has spent with the young Karata, and over the many years that he has spent with, well, he's probably about 5 at the time, about 5 years that he spent with Gin taking care of him, he's grown to see Gin as the closest thing to a mother he's ever known. So, of course, Vegeta decides to spare Gin, but she has to do something for him. Tell her someday. I will come to her. I want to see the kind of Saiyan she grows up to be, and someday I want to reunite the two of you. Geen shakes her head nervously and quickly makes the adjustments to the program. Prince Vegeta and Geen stand together as Karatov flies away into the night. At the same time, King Vegeta has sent Broly and Paragus to Vampa. The shuttle Broly and Paragus have been assigned to is rigged to only go one way. Unknown to the Prince or Geen, Karato is sent away unnecessarily. Beerus still orders Frieza to get rid of the Saiyan planet. In the original story, Goku arrives on Earth in 739, right before Vegeta's destruction. But in this version, Karato is going to arrive in 738, when she's 2, about a year earlier. When Grandpa Gohan seeks out the fallen pot of the woods, he is quite shocked by his discovery. A small child is listening intently to a recording and trying to make a fort to survive a potentially cold night. Gohan approaches the young child quietly and says hello. Karato is startled, but still only speaks a few words, mainly baby talk. Gohan offers her a place to stay, and Karato accepts the offer. Unable to form proper words, Gohan decides to call Karato Goku. And I think this is where I'm going to end part 1.